stances. How are these stances? So first, let's critique LeBron's stance. All right. Now, LeBron's a very athletic player. So that means that he can get out of a stance like this very quickly. For most people, this is way too low. If Tony Parker makes a move left or right, it's going to take an exaggerated step for him to get out there. This position typically means that what he's trying to do is he's trying to jump wherever Tony Parker is going and go for the block. This, you can get away with this if you're very athletic, but it's not recommended. Okay, it's not recommended to sit this low. You want to be a little bit higher, keep your center of gravity balanced with your hips. You don't want to lean too forward. A player like Tony Parker, who's nowhere near as athletic as LeBron James, can actually angle himself around it. And I don't know what the defensive principles were for this particular play, but you can see a little bit that LeBron is actually angling Tony Parker to go to his left. And as we see, we have help back there with Shane Battier. I can't see this gentleman here, but you can see that there's a bit of angling. So they want him to go to the left. Now, if I believe correctly, Tony Parker is well known for driving left and then doing a drop step spin over his left shoulder to the middle of the paint and shooting with his right hand. So LeBron James will probably angle him, never moving off of that left shoulder. So he's angling him to the left, so he's playing this left shoulder. And so when he comes back, he'll be in position ready to block. All right, we see that the thighs are engaged. He's ready to jump the play. He's probably made a couple shots, and that's why he's locked in like that. All right, let's check out this Xavier guard here. Let's see, he has the wide hands. We like that. But is he low? It's not low enough. Again, he's not low enough. And so a smaller guard will be able to take advantage of this, and he'll be able to maneuver around him. If he gets caught in the pick, if you're not low and the pick comes, you get caught quicker because your full body's getting caught versus your hips and maybe a corner of your leg. So on screens, when you're getting an off-ball screen and you're a defender, you'll see players who are standing high like this typically get stuck longer. All right, and that's probably because the guy who's setting the pick is engaging his entire side versus if you're low, you already you're only going to be getting contact with maybe the hip down. From there, you can step aside a little bit quicker, and you're also more engaged in the play. Let's be honest. If you're low and wide, you're more actively engaged. All right, let's go ahead into this UVA player. I like his defense the best. You see, he's low, he's wide. He's playing the jump shot here. That could be dangerous depending on how good this player is shooting wise. He could shoot up into his arms, potentially getting a foul. But he's alert, so I'm going to trust that this is the principle that the coach has given him. He's angling him to this direction. So as the Matador situation, this would be his red cape right there. Let's have a little fun. Let's give him a red cape right there. Let's make that a little bigger. All right. So that's his red cape. So defense doesn't mean the offensive man can't go anywhere. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you're the matador, you're leading the dance, you get to decide where he goes. And in this situation, he's giving him clear directions. No, sir, you're not going to shoot. You're not going to cut to your left. You're going to come here to the right where I'm going to feed you into maybe a double team or to your weak side. Okay? And no matter how much this player jabs, we're going to track his hips and we're going to stay engaged with his hips, making sure that if he makes any quick movements to the left, he gets cut off, and we're forcing him to the right. All right? Now, this is the section that we have in every episode where I want you to begin to think about what you're going to do and how you're going to make yourself a better player. What are you going to do to take yourself to that next level? Remember, defense is the quickest way to get yourself into the game. If you're struggling with getting the coach's playing time, getting playing time from the coach you're sitting on the bench, it starts in practice. It starts with defensive intensity. If you show that you're willing to sacrifice your body, you're willing to work hard, hustle for loose balls, play disciplined defense, the coach will find minutes for you. All right. There's only so many shots on the court. It takes a while for us to build up our offensive skills. It takes us longer than defense. Defense is more so effort, especially at early levels. Early playing levels. So you're in the gym, you want to work on your defensive game. If it's a pickup game, work on your principles. Don't slack off just because it's not an actual game. Work on the principles. Angle your offensive man, play him tight. Show some pride. Get into his body. I would say about 50. That's not okay. Let's say about 40% of NBA players got there because they played defense. PJ Tucker is not a great offensive player. He's undersized. He doesn't have necessarily quick feet. Nothing athletically explodes off the page. But he's an incredibly intelligent defensive player who has shown the ability to have a quick memory. That means he forgets. So that means he can engage every play anew, playing every single possession anew. And he shows that he has a motor and he has that dog in him where he's willing to get into you. All right. A defender knows that eventually you're going to get scored on. Great offense will always be great defense. But there's not too many great offenses out there. So if you can be a great defender, you can lead your team to victory. You can get more minutes. And if you want to get more points, you'll be on the court more. So of course, you'll get more scoring opportunities as well. But if you're having a hard time getting in the game, you're not the go-to offensive option. Defense is where you make your biggest strides and your biggest improvements on the floor. All right.